All those two rifleman squads continuing to be hopeless against the fight against those PGrens, even with some defensive veterancy on those SG-44s. Not gonna be turning out good for the American player. He, however, uses the suppressive fire of the bars. He brings in his Pershing, some veterancy going up for those riflemen, and eventually the B player will have to retreat. He did not actually back his PGrens there with his mortar or the stolen 80 gun or even the Wirbelwind, so eventually he actually lost that fight. So what can you do? Being at the 38 minute, 46, 47, 48, 49 second mark, I still continue to think that this game was kind of a little bit too campy at some points, and only picks at action whenever the American players wants to be a little bit more aggressive. But given the unit composition of the B player, he couldn't be that aggressive on his own, to be honest. He has invested so much into those static defenses in the form of the flanks, of the Flaks and the forward HQ. And his PGrens, although good, eventually they will have to retreat in a fight that involves barred riflemen that use suppressive fire ability and a sniper in the back that takes shots on those PGrens. And once again, those armored cars being annoying, taking shots on the Vet2 rifleman squad. However, they were at long distance and they did not seem to be doing that well. Sniper, Vet3 sniper moving in, hitting a butterfly bomb. I don't know what that was. However, Kettengrad spots the sniper. The aces move in and kill the sniper. Sloppy move there by the American player. He seems to be focusing on some other portion of the map, and that most probably is the west, where he was trying to take down the Wirbelwind with his M26 Perhsings and managed to do so. However, he lost a Vet3 sniper in the process. And now those PGrens are most probably gonna move freely against the position of the American player. They are backed up by those two armored cars, and their first target will be the medic station of the American player. Not a great target to take out, but surely something that will help the B player and will of course eliminate the chances of the American player getting back a rifleman squad for free. And it seems that the B player hangs around, and it's only now that the American player's M26 Perhsings make a move for that particular area of the map. But the B player promptly retreats and once again goes back into the safety of his Flaks and his forward HQ. Mortar by the B player, not doing that much. It was used earlier to take out some AT guns, push up pressure on the rifleman. However, he still has 10 infantry kills, not that great. It has set camp, however, outside the American player's base and will most probably try to shell the base. However, there's nothing there except for buildings. The bulk of the American infantry has moved to the west portion of the map. M26 Perhsings is once again getting repaired. Kettengrad is, of course, spotting not only for the mortar but also for any potential sniper or vehicle, or even the flag, or even the Henschels Panzer support, which is of course the plane that destroys American vehicles. However, we have a light war machine being used. The Pershing is taken out by the Henschel. However, the Pershing is refunded to the American player, so nothing really happening there. And now the CPs have given the ability to the American player to get his Calliope out. First barrage by the Calliope targeting the position of the mortar half-track as well as the ACs. Forces a retreat on the 3 PGren squads that were moving in towards that position, and something actually hit the Calliope. Was that another Henschel? I don't know. It was quite far away from where the first Henschel was, so I don't know what happened to that Calliope. In any case, a large force of American infantry moving towards the west portion of the map. Now they are finally upgraded with stickies. They use one of them on their Vet 3 offensive AC armor car. That was actually redundant, but in any case, another sticky goes off on the martyr. Martyr really low at health. M26 Perhsings has moved in, however, does not manage to take out the Martyr 3 just yet. Second shot misses. 80 gun, stolen 80 gun, still in the back, taking shots on the Pershing. Pershing will eventually kill the Martyr and get the hell out of Dodge. Rifleman back into the American player's base, most probably reinforcing. Calliope still around Cloaketten outside to the north of the American player's base. Jeep has gone down for the American player, so no way to actually spot that Ketten unless of course he walks right into it. Flaks destroying some hedges, most probably. Henschel coming down on the Calliope that was previously spotted by the Kettenkrad. However, that Calliope actually used its barrage, targeting the flag and the forward HQ as well as the mortar half-track. Henschel missing miserably, I guess. Calliope is still alive, out of radius of the Henschel. However, the Henschel still flies by, tries to shoot down the Calliope, to kill the Calliope. Will the Calliope go down? I don't know. I think the Henschel is done. It has expired or something in that regard. M26 Perhsings being field repaired, and so is the Calliope. Rifleman back in action. Kettenkrad still around. Aces not wanting to die in this game. One of them actually with 31 infantry kills, 1 light vehicle kill, and 1 building kill. Second one with 13 infantry kills and 1 building kill. Most probably wire or something like that. A rifleman hitting butterfly bombs, I'm guessing, being suppressed by Wirbelwinds and taking shots from ACs. Nothing that you want to see in a day being a rifleman. And once again, American player gets another sniper. I really don't feel like he's making the correct choices in this game. I mean, yeah, snipers are great, but you have already lost 3 snipers or 4. I have lost count of how many snipers you have lost. I mean, get something else. I don't know, get another Calliope and barrage the hell out of the B player, as we saw here. However, not really much happening. I mean, that flag can actually be repaired by the forward HQ. Can actually be healed by the forward HQ. It can be repaired by the PGrens and can be reinforced because it's right outside of the HQ. So that flag is not going to down anytime now. So I don't know why you would focus your Calliope barrage on that particular area of the map. And what's the victory point situation? Yeah, the victory point situation has of course turned in favor of the P player. He has been holding that portion of the map for a large period of time. And he will, if he continues like that, he will eventually starve the American player out of victory points, or just kill him outright at some point. He may even build another flag, who knows. He only called in Panthers, however, I don't think he had the manpower, the PopCap to call in 2, so he just got 1. He's 69 over 69, that is why he can't even call another Panther. He has so many units on the field, 2 Kettengrads, mortar half-tracks, 2 ACs, flags, stolen AT guns, PGrens, Wirbelwinds. No wonder he's at PopCap. And the American player has a meager force to deal with that. However, he just used, he just killed the mortar half of the P player. So that's something. Once again, Calliope barrage towards the forward HQ of the P player and towards the position of that flag. Guess what? It's not gonna work. Calliope has to find some other target to shoot at, or barrage, or something like that. Ketten still spotting the American player's base. Rifleman squad's down to 2 from the previous 3 for the American player. He just lost 1 near the strategic sector to the west of his base. They even dropped the bar there. evidence that they died for a noble cause. And Kettengrad once again spotting Henschel coming down on the Pershing. Armored cars moving in, may even try to take out the repairing engineers on something in that short. Ketten actually being spotted by those engineers, and it's taken out by the Pershing. Armored cars not going to be doing much. They just have to retreat. Henschel, is it still active? It seems to be so. I don't think the Peopler has vision though, so that Henschel won't be firing. Panther made a move towards the east, tried to crash some of the tank traps, managed to do so. However, it took a stick in the process, will be backing off and being repaired. PGren numbers have kind of diminished. The Peopler seems to have lost a couple of them in the previous engagement with the riflemen and the Pershings. Calliopes is still alive, and guess what the target is? It's the forward HQ and the flag. Actually, I'm pretty certain by now that the American player wants to kill the FHQ. However, he has fired 4 barrages at that location, and the FHQ is at half health, so go figure. Another Calliope, however. Yay for Calliopes, and yay for not getting another sniper that he actually lost once again. And after the 5th Calliope barrage, the forward HQ is at 45% health. A 5% health reduction on the HQ is not gonna work. At this point, I wonder, American player, why don't you crash the hedges near the middle victory point and use that open space in order to advance with your riflemen and put a little bit more pressure on the PE player? I mean, you pretty much have left the PE player, you know, uncontrolled there, doing whatever he wants. In any case, a PE player near PopCap, once again, American player. I'm guessing nowhere near PopCap, although, 2 Calliopes, a Pershing, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Where is the supplier? Oh god, the supplier for the American player has gone down. That's not good. His manpower situation must be hurting a little bit. Second Calliope standing near the American player's HQ, and at this time, I'm guessing we are of course at the 50 minutes, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44 second mark. I'm trying to think what the American player can do. I mean, if I was the P player, I know what I'm doing. I'm just waiting for the victory points to go down. Since I can't really move in with one single Panther against the Pershing. Although there's that martyr in the back, maybe if he actually used that martyr, things would have been better. Hey! Flag goes down to the Calliope barrage. I wonder after a while, guess what will happen? The Luftwaffe squad will probably crew the flag anytime now. Another martyr out for the P player. Maybe he's gearing up for an attack. I mean, 2 martyrs and a Panther. I guess they can take on a Pershing. Right. Who destroyed the hedges? Was it the flag or was it the American player? I can't tell. This is being stupid, I guess. Taking shots from the M26 Pershing riflemen, still 2 in number, trying to do their best, but despite the fact that one of them has weapons level 2, I don't see them being that much of a help to the American player, to the American player's goals. And of course his goals is to win the game, and I don't see that happening. We even have Henschel on the position of the M26 Pershing. Martyrs move in. One of them sets up, the second one seems to be dancing around. Calliopes is still there, opening fire on the position of the martyrs. However, the martyrs have already moved. Main gun destroyed on the M26 Pershing. Both the martyr 3s have set up, and now the The B player changes target, targets the Calliope, however Allied war machine is active, the Pershing is gonna be back into action, and so is the Calliope. And now the riflemen move in, throw stick is at the martyrs, one of them is immobilized, the other one will make it out of there most probably soon. Wirbelwind has moved in, trying to suppress those riflemen. Takes a while as it seems. Veterancy for the engineer. Did the engineer just kill the martyr? Oh my god. That's ridiculous. The Calliopes is still around, Pershing is still around, no veterans of the Pershing. It has died so many times, it's been refunded so many times by the Allied war machine. Martyr getting sticked, Flaks, really not able to shoot that far. As I said before, they're good, but they're not that good. Engineers with veterancy and a bar that go down to the armored cars, no wonder there. Veterans level 3 for both these armored cars. Pretty deadly, if you ask me. Panther making a move for the American player's base, taking shots on the tank depot, not gonna work. Martyr near the safety of the Flaks and the repairing Luftwaffe squad. Calliopes is still around. Wirbelwind hanging out by the position of the ACs. PGrens moving in, trying to take on that observation post on the high fuel point there. And by fuel I mean munition. Martyr 3 going around, trying to kill whatever it can. I don't know. Did I say Martyr 3? How many Pershing? My brain is not really in top shape after 55 minutes and 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds into the game. Pershing taking his shots on the Wirbelwind. Calliope barrage is coming down on the position of all those P vehicles, missing miserably, since the vehicles moved a little bit to the east and avoided them. They are at good shape, most of them. No one of them in danger of going down. Did I mention that the flag is still standing? However, the forward HQ of the P player has gone down. And guess what the P player is gonna do? He's probably gonna turn the barn forward HQ. I don't know. That would be ridiculous. Pershing being repaired. Story of my life. Guess what? There's gonna be probably a Henschel Panzer Elite support being targeted at the Pershing whenever the P player gets the munition for it. He's 50 munition short. Damn it. I want to see another Henschel Panzer Elite on the freaking Pershing. Calliopes, what will you barrage? I don't know. Offensive veterancy on those SDG-44s. Kinda weird. Being mowed down by bars. No wonder. Something died. I'm guessing stolen AT gun? It was about time. Another Calliope barrage towards the middle victory point. Not doing much. Guess why? I'm running out of words. Panther moving in. Pershing trying to maneuver back to victory point. Still counting down for the American player. I don't see him getting back into the game. Sorry, I had to mute my microphone. I choked myself. What was I saying? I don't know. Two rifleman squads trying to do their best by staying into the American player's base and being reinforced. M26 Pershing cornered, literally, near the medium fuel point there. Not much you can do, Mr. Pershing. Cloak Ketten still scouting. B player having the munition for a Henschel. I want to see a Henschel, goddammit. And yeah, well, that's pretty much game. I mean, I guess the B player could even build another flag right to the south of the middle victory point and have range on that Pershing the Calliope. He has the resources. 1000 manpower, 800 fuel, 250, 270 munitions. What went down? Damn, that was a hedge. It was a really loud noise for a hedge. Maybe it was a bionic hedge. And by bionic I mean robotic, right? I know. If this game goes longer, I'm gonna be mad. Not mad as in angry, mad as in crazy.
Must protect our munitions from enemy advances.
Captain, spotting. Acing moving in, mown down, rifleman. Was that a sticky? Wow. Look at that range. Bet 2 rifleman for the win.
Proving to be even weaker than we thought.
Wow. Pershing one down. Go figure. Oh! And it was Allied war machine was active. What the hell? That must have been the 3rd time it happened. And surprisingly enough, there were butterfly bombs on the spawn point of the American player's base. What? Butterfly bombs are not that good against armor, dude. And that's actually fitting for for the P players handle the dude. The dude, you could have been a little bit more aggressive, especially towards the mid-game where you got that advantage. You played it a bit too safe, to be honest. But it was okay. I forgive you. My boys won't, however. Pershing trying to defend the medic station. That's an unfitting job for a Pershing. But actually, it's war. Have to do everything you can to win the war. Oh, that sucked for those PGrens. And how the hell is the observation post still standing? It's in flames for like 20 minutes. I mean, kill it, for God's sake.
The enemy is down to 25 points.
25 points for the American player. What can happen? I'm musing over the possibilities, over the endless possibilities for this game. There's another 80 gun nut for the American player. Hadn't seen that in a while. Guess what? Another rifleman squad went down to those ACs. Damn, those ACs have killed so many riflemen. 49 infantry kills on one, 26 of the other. And the Kettergrat goes down. What spotted the Kettergrat? That remains to be investigated. Probably it was uncloaked by choice. 61 over 74 pop cap for the P player. Interesting fact indeed. Guess what? The Calliopes barrage the flak. I know how this is gonna turn out. And here comes GG. Oh my god, GG, GG. GG by the P player first. Oh, BM, BM. Shouldn't have cast this game. I knew Bad Fights was BM. I'm sorry. I have to say something to break my mind free of this last 20 minutes of the game. God damn, that was a long game. So what did we witness? We witnessed a rather defensive play by the P player. 2 flags, forward HQs, stolen 57mm 80 guns, a wall of AT that the American player could not break, despite having the super tank of the American army, the M26 Perhsings, and 2 Calliopes to back it up. But what is actually the thing that actually, in my opinion, turned the game was the American player relying too much on a meager infantry force and a lot of snipers to take out a P army that was comprised of a lot of armored vehicles, especially 2 armored cars. You can't win against armored cars with 2 riflemen as snipers. You need something else. You need AD guns. Yeah, sure, get them. You did get them. But you need to have your AD guns protected. You can't let them being bum rushed by oncoming PGrens, especially when those PGrens are 4-man squads, and they actually take your gun and use it against you. The American player did have an opportunity when he got his Pershing to go for the P player's base, destroy the Flak Fairlings, stay a little bit to the south, to the north of the P player's base, even outside the range of the second flak, and take out the HQ there, or the buildings there, cause a little bit of unrest in the P camp. However, he didn't go for that. He just backed up, and then he opted to go for a straight-up fight against 2 flaks. Yeah, good luck with that. For the rest of the game, I don't know. It was kind of a VP drain scenario for the P player. He actually could have moved, I think, a little bit earlier towards the American player, especially after he managed to kill that first Pershing. Although, you know, a light war machine was active all this time, whatever. I don't know. I hope this. I don't think this is a representative game of how this matchup is gonna turn out, but it is an interesting way in how the P player based and how he set up his defenses there, which was very good. The forward HQ coupled that with with a flag there that is being Hilton reinforced, shut down any form of armor by the American player. Use your PGrens and your armor cars to flank the 80 guns of the American player. That was very good, but after a while, I thought he played it a little bit more safe than it was needed, and actually resulted in the game dragging out a little bit too much. In any case, GG, well played to both players. I hope you enjoyed the game. It may have been a little tiring. I will acknowledge that. I was ArmageG, and that is all. I bid you a farewell.